Coach, plenty of new blood in the ACC in the coaching ranks anyway. I guess what would be your best advice to a guy like Coach Brownell or the coach at Wake or some of the other new guys?
Don't scout Duke. Get ready for the opponent after us. Just be yourselves and immerse yourself in the league. The reason that those guys got the jobs because they're so good, and then the league will make you better. That's happened to all of us who've come in the league, me 31 years ago, and I think they'll all do really good jobs. They're good guys. I've known all of them at their other schools. So to see us get that caliber of coach after losing the caliber of coaches we've had, that's good for the league.
This is the fourth time that you entered a season as the defending national champion. Do you do anything differently? Do you talk to your players differently about how to defend that title, or just about maybe putting that away is the best thing for them to do?
Well, you smile more, and you're happier. But we're always on to the next thing. You can't defend something that you've won. You can't win it again. There's something new to win, and it's not the same title. They don't take anything away from us. We put up a banner on October 15th. Unless someone, is just stealing it, they can't take it away from us. And so it's more about getting on to the next thing. And with four new guys, Curry and Hairston and Thornton, Kyrie, Irving, those guys want to get on to a new thing.
Obviously, you've got some pretty good veterans coming back, but some pretty good freshmen, and in the Triangle in particular, a lot of buzz about this freshman class for the three schools.
A lot of talent, but I don't think the Triangle is not accustomed to having talent come in. And I think Sydney's team has a great combination of older guys and younger guys, and I think they'll be a force to be reckoned with. And with North Carolina's program and ours, we both had really good recruiting years, and to me it's kind of business as usual. Everyone's pretty good. So we're lucky in the Triangle to have such quality basketball. I mean, 3 of the last 6 NCAA championships have been won not just by the ACC, but by teams in the Triangle. Nobody can say that. It makes us a great region.
Is it too early to tell how much your young guys will contribute? A guy like Kyrie, is he going to play?
Yeah, I don't think it's too early to tell how much they will. Kyrie's going to be very good. Just how good can he be, and how well does he adjust in a short period of time to playing at this level and playing with 2 veterans, and Nolan and Kyle. But Josh and Tyler, we only have 8. We have 10 scholarship players, and they have a chance to contribute right away also, because we'll play a different style of basketball. We'll play a little bit quicker, which will require more people playing.
Coach, in that lineup last year, Lance Thomas, Zubek, the role players were huge for you guys. How hard is it to fill those kind of spots? Because you always try to recruit those stars, but to get those role players that come up through the ranks.
Yeah, well, you can be a star in a role. There's an Academy Award for Best Supporting Actor or Actress, and in other words, there's a level of excellence that you can attain. Zubek, arguably, at the end of last year, was a star. There's no way we win that without Zubek. They took their roles to a high level. For this team, guys are going to learn new roles. But it starts with Nolan and it starts with Kyle. Those 2 guys have to be at their best all the time, so the other guys see how they fit in, including Kyrie, and how comfortable those 2 guys can make their teammates will be a big part of how we progress.
We're in Charlotte today. A lot of people here know Steph and Curry. How's Seth shaping up?
Yeah, Seth has been great. I wish we had him last year, but he's an easy guy to coach. He's our best shooter. Calm demeanor. I don't care you know, what the situation is. That kid feels confident, and I love Seth. And whether he starts for us or comes off the bench, he'll be a significant factor on our team.
How beneficial was it for him to sit out last year, see how the ACC goes, see kind of how Duke play basketball?
Well, I think it's a difficult year, though, because he knows he can play, and he knows he could really have helped our team last year. And but he made the most of it. He was always the guy, you know, on the scout team that you have to stop. So he got better by, you know, having him be. He was the focus of attention, you know, defensively, on a team that was, I think, one of the best defensive teams I've had at Duke, last year's team.
How hard is it as a coach to get some of the kids, you get the top recruits in the nation, to buy into what their role will be when they have had a different idea of being a star?
Yeah, it's not that difficult to get a youngster to understand what his role is. Sometimes it's difficult for them to remember, to be confident as they're going through their stages of development, but for the most part, kids are really good and they want to do what's best for the team. And if they have a problem with a role, sometimes it's not their understanding of the role, it's the fact that they can't rebound with two hands yet, or they can't make a certain move, stuff like that. But we've had great cooperation by our youngsters along the way. You know, it comes with recruiting. You try to recruit not just talent, you try to recruit character.
Nolan and Kyle were in here earlier, and I asked him
How'd they do, all right?
do great. How you would maybe, what you take from when you go and coach the World Championships and the Olympic team. They say he's always coming back with new ideas. Has that been better for you maybe than you anticipated, of bringing stuff like that back that you can use at Duke?
Well, coaching the U.S. team has been unbelievably important for my development as a coach and our program. The time spent away from just physically being at Duke does not mean you're away from basketball. It means you're totally immersed in it, and you learn. You learn from the players you coach, the coaches you coach with, and the coaches you coach against. And by just being in a very intense, I mean, there's no greater pressure than to coach your nation's team. You know, I mean, that's the most. So you put yourself in that situation and you learn, and then you try to bring back those lessons. And I think I've become a better coach, and I should be. Whether I did that or not, you have to keep becoming better, or else you're not. You're doing your team a disservice.
You've been at this for a few decades, 4 national championships, and you talk about learning through the U.S. national team. Is that what makes your program so good year in, year out? Is that you're still willing to learn?
Well, I hope it makes you better at what you do too, that you're willing to learn what someone else does well, or you see somebody and their enthusiasm, the way they act, the way they prepare, the way they carry themselves. You know, you're in a constant state of trying to become better. And as soon as you feel that you know it all, or that's it, I've got it, then you should get out of it. And you know, that's why I still want to coach. I feel like, you know, I can still be better. That doesn't necessarily mean you're going to get a national championship again, or another Olympic gold medal, but you have a better chance of getting it if you're willing to improve, or pay the price, or not pay the price. It sounds like you're doing something tough. Just giving the time and keeping your mind open to becoming a better person and a better coach.
How weird was the experience last year while you guys were going through such highs to see North Carolina going through such lows?
You know, for me, I'm a blinder guy. You know, if for me to be good, someone has to be bad, then I'm not going to be as good. You know, and if I'm bad, I need just somebody else to be bad so I can be less bad. And I'm a real nutcase. You know, I mean, you know, just. I think as a coach, I've learned, pay attention to your team, try to be as good as you can be, and you know, spend all your time, be very selfish about your team. And that's what I've tried to do, and I do it better now at this time in my career than I've ever done.
A lot of people have said the college game has been hurt by players leaving early, going pro and all. What do you think should be done about that?
Well, we have no control over it. It's all predicated on what the NBA and the Players Union wants, and we have to adjust accordingly. But the college game's in great shape. You know, I wish it had more interaction with the NBA and the Players Union in determining things like that. You know, when is the draft? How long do you have to be in school? And when they have the collective bargaining agreement going on next summer, I think once that's resolved, we could see a change in that. It may not be one and done. There might be something different.
Looks like you guys are going to run away with the top spot in the media poll, which I'm sure is really important to you.
It's so exciting.
Yeah. Just your thoughts on, you know, you guys always have this target on your back, but now you're coming in to defend.
Well, you know, where we're picked, if people pick us to win, that's good. I mean, we want to win. So I hope the people who pick us want us to win too. That would be a neat thing. But I'm okay with that. I mean, as a fan, you need to do those things, and as a coach, we need to not pay attention to them. And so we just need to go about our business. You know, we have a lot of developing to do, and I got a lot of young guys, and they need to learn how to interact with Nolan and Kyle. And I just hope we're in contention for the #1 spot in March. And that's my goal.
How important is the ACC preparation for the season and the tournament, you know, for the NCAA tournament run? For instance, the only time you repeated as national champion, you also repeated as ACC champion. How important is that?
Well, I think it's important that we're in this league. Yeah, I think the league is so good, and there are programs that are, somebody might have a bad season or under 500 season, 1 or 2, but then they're in contention again. You know, all these teams have been to the NCAA tournament, and I think as a result of that, our regular season, our tournament, prepares us the best. That's why we've had, I think, 5 of the last 10 national champions come from this league. That's more than all the other conferences combined. You know, I mean, it's as much, 5 and 5. The whole country in our conference has as many. And so there's got to be something good that's going on in this conference in the way we do it. And I think the 31 years I've been here, I've recognized that on a daily basis, how lucky we all are to be in this conference.
Coach, a good friend of mine since I was in the 2nd grade is an ER doctor in Chicago and has been a Duke fan as long as I can remember. She wanted me to ask you if you could guarantee another national title. So with the last question, I thought I'd ask.
All right, I hope he uses better sense when he's in the ER.
She does.
Or she does. All right, then I won't ask her any, like Al McGuire, who was one of the funniest and great guys of all time. He used to live next door to a guy who's a plumber. And this guy used to always, you know, see Al and tell him about coaching. And finally he said, you know, hey Jim, you be a plumber and I'll be a basketball coach. We're going to be better neighbors. So would you tell your friend?
She's a pretty good doctor, so I'm sure
Just
she'll
be that great doctor, and I'll try to hopefully be a good coach, and let's both enjoy what we do.
Thanks, Coach.
Yeah.
Thank you, Coach.